So we've been saying that we've been sharing with you news coming out of the United States of this once in a generation storm. More than 110 million people are under a winter alert from coast to coast. -4 degrees in some instances, poor visibility, and those elements will make getting around in some areas very, very difficult, near impossible, if not impossible. Uh, at least 1,800 flights have been canceled and counting. There's a place called Casper, Wyoming. Waking up this morning, it was to -41 degrees, shattering the previous all time record, which stood for more than 30 years. And then there's the wind chill and those frost bites on exposed skin. Plus, there are areas where you're seeing nothing but blue skies and you're thinking, wow, this is beautiful weather, until you start to feel it. So spare a thought for those who are having to contend with these frigid temperatures in North America. And we wish them safe passage as far as this once in a generation storm is concerned. In terms of observances for today, it's Army Day in Vietnam, Winter Solstice Day in Hong Kong, and Las Posadas has, that should be continuing right now in Mexico. Should be continuing in Mexico right now, Las Posadas. Let's do the usual introduction. Hoy es jueves el 22 de diciembre 2022 y les saludamos en cualquier parte del mundo que nos están escuchando en este momento. Estamos muy agradecidos por el don de la vida y el privilegio de servirles en otra edición de su programa Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia. Nunca vamos a tomar su audiencia por sentado porque sabemos que ustedes tienen otras opciones. Y esta es la razón por la cual jamás olvidamos darle las gracias por elegir Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia, de lunes a viernes desde las 2 hasta las 5 de la tarde, aquí en Power 106 FM. La misión continua para educar, capacitar, iluminar y estimular el espíritu empresarial. Bienvenidos. C'est jeudi le 22 décembre 2022 et nous vous saluons tous qui nous écoutent où que vous soyez dans le monde. Nous sommes reconnaissants du don de la vie ainsi que du privilège d'être à votre service par une nouvelle édition de votre programme Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre. I'm just looking at the time at the same time, listeners. It's 2:22 p.m. and this is the 22nd of the 12th, 2022. Those numbers caught my eyes. Those numbers caught my eyes. So and it just changed to 23. Anyway, where was I? Nous ne considérons pas votre fidélité comme l'un de soi parce que nous savons que vous avez l'embarras du choix. C'est pourquoi nous jamais de vous remercier de choisir d'écouter Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre, du lundi au vendredi de 2h à 5h de l'après-midi sur notre antenne Power 106 FM. Nous continuons notre mission d'éduquer, d'habiliter, d'éclairer et d'encourager l'esprit d'entreprise. Bienvenue. All we're saying is it's Thursday, the 22nd of December, 2022, and we greet you well, wherever in the world you are listening to us right now. We remain eternally grateful for the gift of life and the privilege to serve you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story. We don't ever take your listenership for granted because we know you have choices. And that's why we never ever forget to remember to say thanks for choosing to listen to both sides of the story Monday to Friday, 2 to 5, right here on Power 106 FM. The mission continues to educate, empower, enlighten, and encourage entrepreneurship. Welcome. Just about 3 days to go before Christmas Day. And how are things with you and yours? How are things in the traffic environment at this time? How are you coping? We trust you and your family are well. And as we said, spare a thought for those up north who are about to face, to really ride out their storm, this once in a generation nor'easter that they call it sometimes nor'easter. So please be safe wherever in the world you are, whether right here in Jamaica or in the United States of America or Canada or the UK or on the continent of Africa, uh, Asia, South America, Central America, wherever in the world you are. We trust that you are navigating your respective spaces safely. We have a few interviews lined up for you today, and we're also looking forward to sharing the submission by Mr. Bell, uh, regular listener who is 88 years old, and he has some suggestions as far as national security and safety are concerned, and we look forward to hearing those. We're also going to be speaking with our colleague who wears quite a few hats here, a couple of hats. He's uh, 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 at one point, I don't know if he still carries the title of the winningest basketball coach in Jamaica, but he has done well in that regard. Ludlow Barker. There's a very significant event coming up, and uh, you will hear more once Ludlow gets going, and then we we're going to be having, as far as I know, Delia Walker Huntington will be joining us on Your Legal Corner during both sides of the story that comes up a little later on. Your Legal Corner, all your U.S. immigration matters, and there will be there'll be others. There's the Oberlin High School. They seem to be on all of this year and even before, but this year more than ever, back-to-back events and outreach for their school. And so they have another one coming up. There's a theater production on Boxing Day, the proceeds of which will go to projects at Oberlin High School. So what's happening, and we look forward to sharing that information and more with you. We also want to know how you're doing and where you are and what's happening in your neck of the woods. So feel free to send your messages to our text line, which is the same as the WhatsApp number, 876 365 3346. 876 365 3346. You can send your email messages to both sides 106. You see, I haven't given you that information in a long time. It just occurred to me that I haven't been giving you the email address. Both sides 106. What comes after that? Both sides. Hmm. I don't remember the email address. I haven't given it out on air in a while. Both sides 106. It's which one of the which one of the I'm trying to remember now. Which one of the accounts? is that now. It's not Gmail. It's what used to be. What used to be. Uh, that one was changed over time. Yeah, Hotmail, right? Both sides 106 at hotmail.com. 106 at hotmail.com. Yes, we haven't been giving out that email address, perhaps because most people message us on the text line and the WhatsApp number, which are one and the same, 876-365-3346. Let's go to the break and come back with more here on Both Sides of the Story.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair. The Bluetooth device is connected successfully. Aux input mode.
It's the Santa Stick Christmas sale at Home and Things. Enjoy holiday savings on all your favorite tiles, bathroom fixtures and faucets, vanities, windows and doors, lighting, home decor, and more. Check out dazzling deals on new arrivals. Unwrap with discounts on all your festive finds at Home and Things. Old Hope Road and Constant Spring Road. It's the Santa Stick Christmas sale you don't want to miss at Home and Things this Christmas.
This chair is not functioning properly at all.
When the snow is on the meadow and the sleigh bells jingle bright, and the kids are singing jingle bells.
Okay, cool. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Taking your calls on 876-922-4112, 876-922-4113, 876-922-4114, and 876-922-4115. The text line is the same as the WhatsApp number, which you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, but you can call us on WhatsApp as well. That number is 876-365-3346, 876-365-3346. We're streaming live video on the Dervan Malcolm Facebook page. If you're not there yet, log on to Facebook and the search box atop the page, type DERVAN MALCOLM, and you too will be able to not just hear, but see what's happening in the studios of Power 106 FM. We say hello to those who have dialed a designated number to listen to Power 106 FM from the United States and the United Kingdom. Those in the US who wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM can call 631-359-8281. 631-359-8281. If you're in the United Kingdom and you wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM, your number is 0330-606-0953, 0330-606-0953. Good afternoon to Inez Ayona Campbell, who I believe is in Jamaica. Is that what she said a day or two ago? I think so. Or will be here soon, something along those lines. Audrey Smith says, good afternoon, Dervan and listeners. I would like to say Happy Christmas to you, Dervan, your family, and all 106 FM crew. Also, all listeners everywhere. Enjoy the holiday and stay safe. Thank you very much, Audrey Smith, for your message. Thank you. Thank you very much. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. And let's see now. So thank you very much, Audrey Smith. Thank you. And welcome to Sean Chambers, who has joined us on YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in. And just one or two stories that we're looking at here, trending on the Gleaners website, this one is Jamaica-Gleaner.com. Jamaicans with certain criminal records and apply for expungement. That's the headline. So the story is Jamaicans with criminal records for certain offenses are being encouraged to apply for expungement through the Ministry of Justice. Senior policy analyst at the Justice Ministry, Shanique Graham, in a recent JIS Studio 58A session, said expungement aimed to remove an offense from a person's criminal record. It aims to give persons a second chance, a clean slate to start over, to be able to apply for a job, migrate, and to have peace of mind, knowing they do not have a certain offense following them, she said. There are specific offenses that the Criminal Records Rehabilitation of Offenders Act clearly specifies cannot be expunged at this time. So you can check that out if you find that information to be relatable. In the meantime, as we mentioned a short while ago, the class of 9 continues to be quite busy. Members of that group are at it again. They are now looking to stage a theater production Boxing Day to raise funds for Oberlin High School. And we are happy to have joining us at this time Ms. Keisha Solomon, PRO, Public Relations Officer for the class of 1995, Oberlin High School, and the director of the theatrical production, which will be on show on Boxing Day. And that is a well-known theater practitioner known as Brother Desmond. Good afternoon, Keisha. How are you? Pleasure to have you on board, and welcome to Brother Desmond. How are you? It is a pleasure. First up, Keisha Solomon, can you give us an idea as PRO for the class of 95, Oberlin High School, what 2022 has been like so far? I get the impression every turn we turn, everywhere we turn, there's Oberlin doing something, Oberlin past students doing something. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. And how successful would you say the first two have been? And what are your expectations for this third uh, fundraiser? Mhm. Yes. Yeah. So, mhm.
Turn out. And we know that the play is going to be The Moms, as Brother Desmond will tell you in a little while. We're just going to have a fantastic time. And it's going to be just enjoyable just to be able to give back to the institution at the end of the day.
Well, it's a long holiday weekend coming up, Brother Desmond, and that means people will be looking for entertainment. They want to be entertained over this long holiday weekend coming up. What can you tell us about this production, which is entitled "Criminal Intent"? Don't want you to give away anything, but in general terms.
Okay, thank you so much again. Well, this is just another one of
Sorry, Brother Desmond, your audio coming from your system is a little distorted. I'm not sure why.
wow, I'm not sure either. I may just turn it up because it was a bit
So
low. You hear me better now?
maybe you might want to touch it down a little. It
We'll
sounds
touch
like
it
it's
down.
over modulating. It's a little
We'll
too
touch it
low.
down, but thanks to you, guys.
All right, that's a little better. All right, so just go ahead, please, and tell us about, in general terms, without giving away anything, because we want people to turn out on Boxing Day at the Oberlin High School auditorium in Lawrence Tavern
Correct.
to enjoy this production at 5 o'clock on Boxing Day.
That's right. So, you want to hear a little bit about the production, eh?
Yes, please.
Okay, well, as the name suggests, it's called Criminal Intent, and it's about, you hear me? Good, good.
Not as clearly as we would wish, but we're able
I'm
to.
on the outside. I'm
Mm,
on the outside, so I don't know. I'm
yeah.
gonna, I'm gonna get back on the inside and see if we get to a little
Unless you
better.
want to, the experts tell us there are thousands of channels when it comes to these cell phone systems, so that if you hang up and call back, you're likely to get a better line. So hold the line, please. Let's see if we can ring you back and get a better connection.
Okay, cool.
In the meantime, listeners, this is both sides of the story. Both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, jamaica.com. It's another fundraiser for Oberlin High School, more precisely, the class of 1995. They are staging a theatrical production called Criminal Intent for Boxing Day, not on the 26th of December, but the 27th, because as you recognize by now, listeners, Christmas Day falls on a Sunday, which means the holiday will be observed on a Monday. Boxing Day would normally follow as the 26th. Obviously, that will not follow on Monday. Instead, it will follow on Tuesday. So the Boxing Day holiday is being observed on Tuesday, the 27th of December. So let's try again for Brother Desmond. Go ahead now, please.
All right. So, you hear me better?
Yes, it's better.
All right. I'm going to try something. Well, very quickly, it's about this guy who he gets certain knowledge. He works with a lawyer, and because of that now, he has certain knowledge about certain things. And he uses the knowledge that he has to, what you don't call it now, like, get to people and get money and get rich. And after him get rich, then him start behaving in a richer manner than him used to behave when he was down there, you know, and then whatever, basically.
Yes.
Yeah, without saying everything.
I understand. You don't want to let the proverbial puss out of the bag.
That's right.
All right. So to us about the performers themselves, the actors and actresses. Who are these people?
Okay,
In fact,
well,
tell us after the break, please. One moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:45.
Lord Keisha, you hear about the little girl who get shot in the community last week?
What do you mean?
I mean, say things are going to get even crazy, I know, because them boy they smuggling some new gun the other day.
If me could have said something without bad man hear about me name, I would have talked with me know a long time, you know. Because for them foolishness always come back for hurt the innocent people in the community.
But you know, say, them have one program where you can actually give information to the police secretly, you know. Customs join up with Crime Stop and start one campaign named Tell Us. So people can give tips and nobody nothing know say them. Them all give out money if the reward lead to an arrest or them can find the gun them.
Boy, honestly, me kind of afraid, you know. But things can't continue, so me ready to tell them when me know.
You're right. We have to put a stop to it.
the Jamaica Customs Agency wants you to tell us what you know. Call Crime Stop at 311 to share information about illegal guns and other contraband coming through our borders. The Jamaica Customs Agency, country above self.
Big discounts are coming to town. It's the Santa Stick Christmas sale at Home and Things. Enjoy holiday savings on all your favorite tiles, bathroom fixtures and faucets, vanities, windows and doors, lighting, home decor, and more. Check out dazzling deals on new arrivals. Unwrap the discounts on all your festive finds at Home and Things. Old Hope Road and Constant Spring Road. It's a Santa Stick Christmas sale you don't want to miss at Home and Things this Christmas.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm, and we're delighted to have online with us Keisha Solomon, Public Relations Officer for the class of 1995 of Oberlin High School, and Brother Desmond, well-known actor, producer, playwright, among other things, director. He is the director of this latest production, Criminal Intent, which opens on Boxing Day, Tuesday, the 27th of December, at Oberlin High School Auditorium in Lawrence Tavern, West Rural St. Andrew. And going to the break, we asked for the general list of performers, actors, and actresses who make up the cast of Criminal Intent. Brother Desmond?
Yes, sir. So the actors and actresses, some of them might not be well known, but you won't know that when you see the performance because we got it like that. And so well trained and so ready, and because of the toughness of this show, then it brings out everything in everybody. However, this youth and experience of people like Patrick Wildman, he has been in a lot of plays, like some of Ruth Samuel plays, like Licky Licky Milky and Hella Papayard and stuff like that. There is Romy Richard. He has been with me for a long time, and we do shows like Good Cop, Bad Cop. We do shows like Woman to Woman and a lot of other productions. The last one that I did was Old Time Sinting. And we also expect bring that one to Oberlin as well. All time thinking is a real toughness when we go back to some of the things we usually use in those days,
Yes.
like chimney and enamel mug and them stuff. But that's very different. That was a little rundown on that. Then we also have Reynard Mackenzie, and he can be seen and he was seen in TV in a thing called Let's Make Peace and stuff like that. Also, Jodie Ann Johnson, she also appeared in Let's Make Peace. I appeared in that thing on TVJ as well. And so it's there. We got it like that. And we know we're going to be entertaining. Oberlin no good again. That's all the truth. And this time we land here. I was in Unity last week, Sunday. I was in Unity Sunday, and there was a thing at the street at the school. And I told the people that this one will be landing in there, and it's gonna really make a difference. I don't know if any player had ever been to Oberlin before, but this one is going to make a difference. This is the play of place, and it's rated T for toughness.
I love that. And Keisha Solomon, can you tell us how the idea of putting on a theatrical production to raise funds for Oberlin High School, how did that come about?
Well, in one of our discussions, we were trying to just brainstorm ideas for fundraising. A member of our team, a member of our exec committee, Nicholas, I think Brother Desmond will be familiar with him. He raised the idea of, staging a play because he has worked with Brother Desmond in the past. He was a member of his crew. He is now overseas, but he still is pretty much involved in Jamaican theater. And so he was able to form that kind of link for us, and he gave us all the information that we needed and made all the contacts. And we were pretty excited about it because, we're people who just love our Jamaican roots and culture. And we just thought that this would be the ideal way of raising funds, of taking that kind of a thing into the community. I'm not so sure that has ever happened in that area, West Rural St. Andrew, but we want to be able to create that opportunity for persons. You don't have to go too far. You don't have to come into town to Little Theater.
Yes.
Right there in your backyard, and you're enjoying something wonderful from your Jamaican people.
That's right. And how are the ticket sales going so far, from checks that perhaps you have made or what you've heard so far?
I would love to say that we're about 50% there, but we still have to, dot some I's and cross some T's to ensure. I wouldn't be able to give you a specific figure.
No, not wanting the specific figure. But just to
give you an idea of what companies have been buying into, just being patrons of the actual event. So they're sponsoring their,
also they maybe buy a block of tickets
Yeah.
for their staff members and so on.
Right. And of course, members of the community are also buying into, members of the church. And so I think we are getting, the feedback has been good, basically. Persons are looking forward to it. And so we expect to sell off all the tickets.
Good.
But if persons are still interested, we still have more.
Right. So at this moment, as we speak, are still available. Let's make that clear.
Yes, they are.
They're still available. So those who haven't gotten their tickets yet, how can they get tickets to watch this production, Criminal Intent, on Boxing Day, Tuesday, the 27th at 5:00 in the afternoon at Oberlin High School Auditorium?
Well, in the square of Lawrence Tavern community, there's a store, Clear Blue Waters, that has tickets on sale. And if persons are interested in getting them, otherwise they can contact. Well, I can give you two numbers. There is Mrs. Patrice Tosi Malcolm. They can reach her at 909-4548. And there is a Mr. Oliver Clark. They can reach him at 381-3170. And they can make arrangements and tickets will be dropped off to them. In addition, they can also come and pay at the gate, which would be a cost of $2,500, just an additional $500.
So
at the gate.
But if they get the tickets before the event,
it's $2,000.
It's $2,000.
Right.
I see. What kind of interest have you been picking up? It sounds like Brother Desmond has gotten a hint of how, that there is some traction there. Your people are hearing about it and are planning to attend. That's correct, right?
Yeah, I think there are members of the community who are excited about having a production being brought into their area,
Yes.
and they're looking forward. They're making plans. I hear members of the school community themselves, excited about projects. We have students who are planning to come, planning to
Yes.
assist on the day, and I just think there is an interest, and I'm loving the interest in the Jamaican culture because, as I say all the time, we see American culture all the time on the TV, North American culture. So we are happy when persons are preferring the theater, the play, over the movies.
Yes.
I am an advocate for that. So that I'm enjoying to see the enthusiasm about the play.
And how about the in relation to the work that you're looking to do at Oberlin with these funds? Do you have a clear idea of how you're looking to use the funds raised from this theatrical production? Is it one project, a series of projects, or is it a matter of discussing with the school administration and identifying priority areas to be looked after?
Okay, we have had discussions with the school and we have identified some areas, some departments that are lacking necessary equipment, just to carry out the instruction that they need to carry out. For example, some of the vocational areas, like home economics department, there's a technical drawing. But we also want to start something, to start some sort of fundraising as it relates to restoring our auditorium. So it's kind of like an every make or make a muckle kind of a situation. It's the first in a series of fundraising events that we want to help to offset the cost of this major task of refurbishing the auditorium as well as furnishing those departments that I mentioned with necessary equipment.
Yes. And for those who would like to learn more of the work of the class of 95, do you have a Facebook page or some other uh, uh, platform that people could go to follow the work of your association?
We have an Instagram page.
Okay.
But of course, the numbers that I gave before, if they want any information at all, you call those numbers, you get all the information, you get our IG handles, you get everything that you need will be provided by those two individuals.
Yeah.
So would you like me to run those numbers again?
Sure.
For the sake of those who would love to get interested. So that's Mrs. Hossie Malcolm at 909-4548. Mr. Oliver Clark at 383-3170.
Wonderful. And stay where you are. Let's just get in another word from Brother Desmond. I get the impression that this is, you said the T is for tough, but also there's a F for family, right? It's family entertainment.
Very much so, sir. I don't do any show that the family can see. Everybody can see, from the pastor to the prince to the baby. And there is something I need to say. I know the traction that the show is getting as well, and it tastes good out there because I have quite a few people from Kingston linking me, actually sending the flyer on the phone. So it's good to know that even some past students, as I say, Hemming Bruce, we and him did a lot of work together, and he is now in Farin, Carin. But there's something very important that I must say to the people of Oberlin and surrounding. For people who are covered the show to come laugh and kiki, no laughing will be permitted in the show because of the place where it's a key. So here we go on now. You see, when you come, you must walk with your pen, and we will provide you with paper. And if during the show you see anything you feel like you'd laugh about, you write it down, and when you go home, no, when you go home, when you reach home, you laugh, because you could have go laugh when you go home and crash. Okay. So, you will not be permitted to laugh because of the auditorium and stuff like that. So when you go, you write down the joke you can any, and when you reach home, you look at it and laugh.
Sounds like it's going to be a riot in a good way.
Problem playing at the place, sir.
And so we want to once again encourage, especially those in West Rural St. Andrew, but everybody from everywhere looking for some clean family entertainment on Boxing Day, Tuesday, the 27th of December. It will be happening at the Oberlin High School Auditorium, which is in Lawrence Tavern in West Rural St. Andrew. Tickets 2,000 pre-sold, 2,500 at the gate, and tickets are available at Clear Blue Water Store, and you are invited to go on out and have a grand time. It starts at 5 o'clock in the afternoon on Tuesday, the 27th of December, Boxing Day. It's called Criminal Intent, Brother Desmond and Friends in Jamaica's toughest roots play. Yes, sir.
One final. The executive director is Luke Ellington. From players like Mama Man and Bunty Man and other red man named Sore.
Okay.
Yeah. And I am very happy to be working with Oberlin, and I would love to be working with them again and again and again. So I know this thing gonna play out well. Thank you, Oberlin, and all the blessings. This thing has a taste good.
Great. All right. Thank you both very much. Thank you very much. Yes, go ahead.
If you permit me,
Yes.
I would just like to...
Can you hold it there just a moment? Let's just clear the time signal and commercials.
Coast to Coast Concrete, the high-quality concrete for fencing, roofing, foundation, and road surfacing. Call 876-754-7472. The time by Coast to Coast Concrete is 3 o'clock.
It's Christmas time again, another year is...
Thank you very much. Solomon, Public Relations Officer, Class of 95, Oberlin High School, has what we call in Jamaican parlance, last lick. Not quite, but you get the picture. Go ahead, Keisha.
Here we go. Just want to let persons know that they have to walk with extra funds because there will be delectable items on sale.
Ooh.
They have to come and taste of what we have to offer. What is a Jamaican event without your soup and your corn? And I mean, it's cold up in the hills. They're going to need to be refreshed. You're going to need your soup and your corn and your, popcorn or whatever it is. So we're just letting persons know that there will be refreshments.
Refreshments on sale.
Come to prepared to buy out the canteen.
All right.
Thank you.
Because in the end, it all goes to Oberlin.
It all goes back into the and not even just Oberlin, but it will be serving the entire community because the school does serve the community.
Well said. Very well put. Thank you so much, Keisha. All the best.
You're welcome, sir. Welcome. Thank you so much for having us.
Good. It's been a pleasure. And Brother Desmond, see you. We'll see you.
No respect, sir.
All right. Take care.
Cool, Keisha.
Yes, sir, Desmond.
No respect. Let's up yourself.
Yes, looking forward to meeting you, sir.
All right, cool.
All right, so it all happens on Boxing Day, the 27th of December. Starts at 5 in the afternoon at Oberlin High School Auditorium in Lawrence Tavern, West Rural St. Andrew. $2,000 pre-sold for the tickets, $2,500 if you get your ticket at the gate. Tickets available right now at Clear Blue Water Store. And this play is written by Joshua Tomlin, and the executive director is Intent. And so that's it for that segment. Let's see now if we can just signal to our colleague. He's at work right now, but he's supposed to be doing an interview with us shortly. Ludlow Barker. So let's get Ludlow ready to join us, and we're going to be making a link as well on the phone, so Ludlow will up to speed with that connection. But we do have the details on the other speaker who will be on with Ludlow Barker. We just need to confirm. I know Ludlow is at work right now, and that means maybe just slipping out of one studio into another. All right, so we'll get the signal whenever Ludlow is ready. So you can listen out. We're going to be talking about the Elite One Caribbean Basketball League. That's right. Pro basketball is here, 2023 winter season, from the 7th of January to the 29th. That's from the 7th to the 29th of January, 2023. 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. with pros from the USA, Jamaica, Canada, Barbados, and 4 teams, 16 games, 1 champion, with special guest performances inside the national arena, sanctioned by Jamaica. And that's as much as we'll say right now until we get an opportunity to speak with Ludlow Barker and Wayne Dawkins. Wayne Dawkins is an entrepreneur, builder, coach, and mentor. And we'll hear more in a little while. In the meantime, welcome to those of you who are just joining us. Natalie Winter says, great afternoon, Dervan. To you too, Natalie Winter. Lorna Fairweather says, very happy to be and not New York. Good afternoon to you. Well, indeed, that once in a generation storm that is threatening and that's actually sweeping already across the United States. To our brothers and sisters and friends and neighbors and colleagues up north, please continue to be safe. And let's see a couple of messages in the meantime. Velta Wilson says, happy holidays to you, Mr. Malcolm, and listeners. Be safe out there, avoid crowded areas, and be very alert. Thank you, Velta Wilson, for that bit of reinforcement. Also, Hubert Fowlin says, good afternoon, Mr. Dervan, Malcolm, and listening audience. A very pleasant holiday season to you all, and to you too, Hubert Fowlin. Thank you very much for your message. Keep those messages coming in. Let's hop across to WhatsApp to see what's up here at this time. And let's access these WhatsApp messages right now here on both sides of the story. Poro 106 FM, still streaming live on the Keena's website, go-jamaica.com. Live on your smart devices all over the world. This one says, greetings to you, Mr. Malcolm. I am listening from Stevens Run, Nain, St. Elizabeth. Welcome from Stevens Run. We know Stevens Run. That's where they sell some people call the and don't ask me to explain it, please, the Jack Isle soup. That's what they call it. Let's go to the phone lines, 876-922-4112-5. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Brother Dervan, how is everything, sir?
I am doing well, thanks. And you?
Yeah, better now, we find so active, so we just pick up.
As long as it's legal, Aki, you're fine.
Oh, yeah, man. The place there, give praises to the Father, the ancestors left it, you know what I mean? Like that. So, yes. Oh, you mean like the Governor General? I got you, I caught you now.
So what's up?
Christmas in the pokey, yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Nonetheless, yeah, man, glad to be home, brother. And, for those in the diaspora, what is going on with stuff.
Perhaps we should properly welcome you. Can we play Welcome Home?
Thanks, man.
Let's play Welcome Home for Driver, who is not in North America right now. He's right here on the rock in their yard, and
I just find so happy and everything is good.
All right, this one is for you, Driver. This and all the other Jamaicans who have come home for the holidays.
Merry Christmas to all visiting Jamaicans. It's glad to come out of the freezer to enjoy warm Jamaica. Welcome back to Jamaica one more time again. Welcome to Jamaica, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Jamaica, boyfriend and girlfriend. Welcome to Jamaica. All these picnic them. Come make have some cake and sorrel. Then we open the clip on the barrel. See why you bring for mommy, daddy, granny, auntie, uncle, cousin, and the picnic. Them sing along now. Welcome home, Jamaicans, welcome home. It's Christmas, welcome home. Jamaicans, welcome home. It's Christmas. All who flying from America, a hearty welcome. All who flying from Canada, a hearty welcome. All who flying from England, a hearty welcome. Jamaicans, any which part you come from, a hearty welcome. A biggie welcome. A biggie welcome. Welcome. Welcome, y'all you me miss. Welcome, make we go panties. Welcome, long time me no see. Welcome, make we go and spree. Welcome, pull up your hand and sing. Welcome, make we farm a ring. Welcome, make we wheel and spin. Welcome, fat girl and swim team. Welcome, welcome, I'm a biggie, welcome, welcome.
Especially for all Jamaicans like Driver and others who are home for the holidays, especially for you. So how has it been going so far? Mhm. Yeah, I see Ines Iona Campbell saying, thank you for that. Welcome, Sir Dervan. Here doing some laundry and cleaning. And then Lisa Brown Campbell says, welcome home, driver. Wishing I was there too, but enjoy for all of us who are stuck here. Yes. Yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh, yes. Hmm. Yes. Yes, they're out of so I heard. I've heard that for a few weeks now. Difficulty getting a car to rent in Jamaica at this time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. Well said. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. We appreciate that. Yes, that's right. Absolutely. Well put. Blessings. Uh, Hanukkah. Yes. Yeah. Emotional no, yes. Remember, I used to dance, as well. We got a silver medal uh, for a dance. Yes, in a group. In no, I had an African costume actually. Yes. Oh, you mean the tights? Oh, oh. No, 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 not that one. This one was an African dance. Yeah. Yes. Mhm. That's right. Absolutely. Thank you very much. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Blessings to you too, driver and JA. Yeah. Take care to you too. Bye bye. Driver, not in America, but at home in Jamaica.
Lola said four.
Hmm?
Lola said four for the interview, and the guest would be on WhatsApp call,
Okay.
and he won't be today, so it would be a phone call for him also.
Okay. All right. No problem. Let's see how it works.
All right.
Thanks.
All the other tasks on your list. You need someone that understands you. Know that finding adequate collateral as a SME can sometimes be challenging, which is why we've partnered with our friends at JMB to bring you the Exim Expert Guarantee to give you that extra collateral support where you may need it. Call Exim Bank to find out more about the Exim Export Guarantee. Exim Bank. By helping businesses, we save lives and livelihood.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world, taking your calls on 876-922-4112 to 5, 876-922-4112 to 5. Text line, same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, but you can call us as well on WhatsApp. That number is 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. Lloyd Berry, aka King Lloyd, says, good evening, good afternoon. Mr. Dervan, I know it's kind of late now, but I want you to hear this news. Don't know if you already hear it, but check it. Well, I can't listen to it now for obvious reasons. I'm on. I'd have to listen to it off air. And or did I read an old message? Here's the current one. Good morning, Mr. Dervan. Hello. Well, good afternoon, Lloyd. Jamaica. Hello, Jamaica. Good morning to you, Jamaica. It feels and tastes so good to be here in Jamaica. So he's home. Welcome home as well, Lloyd Berry. I'm here at home in St. Mary, Highgate, loving it always, side to side, up and down, above and behind. Stand firm, my Jamaican people, and live up. Hi to everyone back in the States. Good afternoon to Henry and his wife here in St. Mary, Jamaica. Now, two, it's just one nest to each and every one. Welcome home, Lloyd Berry. Welcome home. And so we promised to go through we promised to go through the submission that has been made by Marie B. The submission by her father to reducing crime in Jamaica. We're going to deal with that as well. So stand by. In the meantime, let's go to the phone lines. 876. Okay. 876-922-4112-5. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm.
Good afternoon.
Robinson here from Nine Mile Woodway.
Welcome. How are you?
I'm doing okay now. Still no look on those drums and anything.
Uh-oh.
What are two things I call to ask you, you see?
Yes.
First of all, Mr. Malcolm, may I beg you, please, if you could have played the song on the other communication group, the one was said from this family to your family. Because we don't hear it since, I hear a sketch of it and morning agenda when Sanjay was signing off.
Yeah, Althea Mackenzie has played it as well.
Okay. But
It has been played.
I don't get a chance to hear it after that. But just the last part, I did catch. I really love the song. And so I asked you if you could play it for me. That is one.
Let's see.
The other thing is that, as I told her that I'm blind, right? A friend of mine from overseas, I think is from New York, she sent me once a little Bible. It's a electronic Bible. It has some button on it where you can punch to find the chapters and things. She said she got it from the Bronx. She said it was not giving, that it was something she was selling, but it's something that they were giving out. And she got one for me. Though that one crashed, so I don't have that anyone. So it's shaped like a Walkman, right? And so forth. It only can play the Bible. It can't play radio or anything else, but just the Bible. That have a little memory card in the side of the right side of it, and where the volume is on the part where you plug the earphone in, and it have the speaker at the front of a little speaker at the front there. So I just want to ask, I don't know if anybody can help me to get back a little Bible. I would love to get back. So that's just something that's easy to handle.
Yes.
And what happens is an unfortunate thing that I was trying to throw some water and we catch it. I mean, I never realized it. And it stayed and corroded, and then it stopped playing and everything. Even the back side opened up now and everything, and the cards are loose. I don't think that is good again or anything like that. So I'm just asking you to know what I'm talking about. And who can help me to get back one of the electronic Bible? I would appreciate it very much. Any kind-hearted person out there living near the Bronx, what's the call? Me ask a friend if she could have get one. When she said she's living far away from that, she don't. She's at the pharmacy. It's a pharmacy. She went, and they were giving them out. So I'm just wondering if.
What's the name? Is there a general name for the item? The name of the item.
I don't know what it is, but I just know it as an electronic Bible.
Say that again. You just know it as
an electronic Bible.
An electronic Bible. All right.
Yeah, it's just the Bible it plays. They have the memory card in the side of it.
Right.
Right, and the volume and so forth. And so if you select you're doing a Genesis, and you want chapter 22, you just punch 22 on it, and it just take you straight there. Right? And I would really love to get back one if anybody, if it is around, maybe like that is around, or, but I would love to have that specific advice that can help me when we want to listen to the Bible and think. I really love it.
All right. Well, you have put it out there. If I hear anything, I will let you know. I think we should we should still have your contact details, but just in case, just leave your contact information with our program assistant on duty, please.
Okay. And I'll be a little bit for the song, Mr. Malcolm. I'll be calling about Clubhouse to see if we can find two friends of mine. But I'll be calling back another time about that.
All right, no problem.
So I'll be listening for the song. I hope it's play before 4 o'clock.
No, I can't give you that kind of guarantee. Remember, the program is structured already, but we'll see what's possible.
Okay, sir.
All right.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thanks for the call. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Here's David Crossburn, who has been trying to reach us. Sorry, thanks for your patience. Good afternoon. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, good afternoon to you and your listeners. Calling to you from Georgetown, Guyana, right against the wall of the Atlantic Ocean.
Oh, I know that place quite well. Yes. The sea wall you're talking?
Yes.
The sea wall?
Yeah, the ocean.
Yeah.
The Atlantic Ocean, right against the Atlantic Ocean.
Right.
Just a Merry Christmas to everyone, and to appeal to everyone that we return to our former love and take care of each other.
Yes.
It's so important. Yeah, and I just want to congratulate you and to tell you to continue to pursue what you're doing. It is of immeasurable value to our country.
Yes.
People might not know this, but it's of an immeasurable value, particularly the historical and the heritage features that you have been putting out there.
Thank you. So how are things in Guyana? Oh. Is it raining?
Well, no, but firstly, it's a vast improvement with the last time out there. With your communication, there's no interruption when you're doing any advertisement. That has been gone, has been cleared up. So I can hear you very distinctly and clearly.
That's good to know. That's very good to know.
Very good to know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The vibes is great, man. The vibe, the only way is up for them. They're really.
It sounds like they have been putting the oil money to good use.
It don't really begin to kick in a big way yet, but they're getting there.
Okay.
And I'll talk to you another time on it,
Sure, no problem.
Just to shout out on the talk this evening at Sam Shop Square with Sam Shop. I know Mr. Simon Scott and someone else will be giving a lecture. And I wish them all the very best with this lecture. And that Jamaica whole might use this opportunity to really go forward on it.
Well, let's see how that goes.
The lecture. Yeah, and then finally, the Dutch has made an apology, as you may hear.
Yes.
I think listening to you and from the Gleaner, the Dutch has a big connection in Jamaica, a very deep connection, starting from out in Yalas, a place by the name of Judgment Hill. A sugar factory was destroyed out there during the earthquake, a Dutch-owned sugar factory during the earthquake of 1692.
Yes.
The entire factory went under during that earthquake of 1692, and it was said to be owned by a Dutch connection, Dutch investor. And based on my information, particularly from Eric Williams' text there, A-level history, it could be about 160 120 workers would have gone down as slaves, would have been killed in that earthquake there.
Oh, wow.
Then there is the Dutch connection out in Westmoreland, where they have the Suriname quarters.
Mm-hmm.
I think you did a broadcast not long ago from that area in Westmoreland.
Uh-huh.
You're familiar with the area? Yeah, it's called Suriname quarters.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the Dutch settled when New York, remember New York was belonging to the Dutch, you know.
Yes.
Before it became New York, it was New Amsterdam.
New Amsterdam. Mm-hmm.
New Amsterdam, yeah. So they exchanged New Amsterdam for Suriname with the British. And at that point, 1,200 settlers from Suriname came and settled mostly in that area of the island. That gave the island that strong sugar knowledge, how to make sugar, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Most from the sugar industry came from Westmoreland because of the connection.
Mm-hmm.
Then from there is the Dutch Canal. It is a little canal that has been here for hundreds of years. From the time of the Dutch, it flows right and empties into the Cabarito River.
Yes.
So there's a rich connection.
Apparently there is. We're up on the break, and we have our Thursday afternoon feature.
Yes.
But thank you very much.
I'll show it again from here.
Sure, no problem. Enjoy Guyana. Take care. Bye-bye.
Yes, bye.
Bye.
Help us protect Jamaica's borders. Tell us about any illegal guns coming through customs-controlled areas. Call Crime Stop at 311. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is
3:30.
Welcome to Your Legal Corner on Power 106 FM, your source of information for all matters regarding U.S. immigration. Call in with your questions and concerns on 876-922-41125. You can send a text or WhatsApp message to 876-279-8598. Time now for Your Legal Corner during both sides of the story, right here on Power 106 FM.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're just tuning in, your timing is impeccable because it's time for Your Legal Corner with the U.S. immigration attorney Delia Walker Huntington. And we greet her now. Hello, Miss Delia. How are you?
I'm wonderful, Dervan. Season's greetings. How are you doing?
Fine, thanks. Season's greetings to you and yours as well. Good to have you on board with us, especially at this time of year when everybody is merry and everything is merry and bright.
It is, and for those of us who live overseas, all we do is reminisce about Christmas in Jamaica. Those who are able certainly go home to Jamaica for Christmas. But wherever Jamaicans are, they keep the traditions that are a Jamaican Christmas with them. We keep the sorrel, we keep the Christmas cake, the ham or the gungo peas. For those who don't eat ham, we try to get all of these items that are so traditionally Jamaican Christmas and get together and talk about what people in Jamaica do when we were young, living in Jamaica, driving through the countryside, seeing the trees whitewashed, everything cleaned up, everything getting spick and span, no matter what part of society you're from. Christmas means something special in Jamaica, and people certainly have a different vibe when it comes to this time of year. So I want to take this opportunity to wish you and your family a Merry Christmas, to wish the Power 106 RJ Gleaner family a very happy holiday season, and to thank you all for the support that you've given to me over the year, and to all the listeners, no matter where they are, because we know that people are listening whether they have U.S. immigration issues or not, from all around the world. To all my Jamaican brothers and sisters, happy holidays to you wherever you are. And thank you so much, as always, for this opportunity to reach out to the Jamaican community worldwide. Thank you, Dervan.
Thank you. We really appreciate your service and general willingness and readiness to play your part in helping to enlighten our listeners and arm them with the requisite knowledge, information, details, data, which will serve them well going forward. So, how are things where you are? That nor'easter that we've been hearing about, and that's been sweeping the United States of America. We're told some frigid temperatures. Uh,
Yes, it's coming. It's coming to South Florida. I'm at the bottom of the United States, not at the southernmost point in Key West, but I'm in South Florida in Broward County, and we are certainly expecting cold on Christmas. Wind chills in the low 40s, probably upper 30s, depending on where you live. Because some of us live in the interior parts of South Florida, not along the beach. And so those areas tend to get colder than Miami Beach or Fort Lauderdale Beach. So we're expecting temperatures to drop. In Central Florida, we're expecting upper 20s, low 30s. So freezing and below freezing for Christmas. It's going to be different for people who have recent immigrants who have experienced this type of cold. We've had cold Christmases in South Florida, but we haven't for a number of years. So it'll be different. But Dervan, we have to think about down here as rich and as full of opportunity as America is. It also has a lot of homeless people. And at this time of the year in Florida, the homeless people actually migrate from up north and they come south to get away from the cold. And so they're going to be faced with cold weather, people who are outside. And so shelters will be filled. They will open emergency shelters for people who are homeless, who have nowhere to live, to be able to get in from the cold, because it's going to be dangerously cold for humans to be outside. So we're looking forward to it, but we also have to think about our brothers and sisters who are less fortunate than ourselves.
I usually wonder what happens if there's a particular protocol that kicks in. For example, when I uh, indicate that I will be staying or visiting America for X period of time, but then we have this once in a generation storm that might result in maybe power cuts, maybe dislocation, etc. What are the implications of that in terms of living up to one's stated intention of visiting just for a little while, a few couple of days or whenever? But you,
Right. Well, yeah. So, if and that's a good point to raise, because a lot of people travel. Jamaicans are everywhere. A lot of people will be leaving Jamaica, coming to the US to spend the holidays with their families. Flights have certainly started to be cancelled.
about 1800, I
Starting
think,
from,
and counting.
yes, and counting. And as it gets closer to Christmas, there are going to be more cancellations. So, you have to check your flights to make sure, check early on the day you're traveling if it's canceled so that you can rebook. But if you're coming, or let's say you're here and you were scheduled to leave on the 24th to return to Jamaica, and you're not able to because of the weather, it should not have a detrimental impact on your visa per se, unless you have pushed it right up to the limit. So normally when people come in, they get 6 months to stay. That's a stamp in the passport. We always tell people don't spend 6 months. It don't mean if you tell the officer come for 3 weeks and a stamp 6 months in your passport that you should stay 6 months. Because on a return visit, it's going to pose the question of why were you in America for 6 months? How did you support yourself in America for 6 months? And unless you're independently wealthy, the presumption is going to be attached to you that you were working in the United States while you were here so long. It happened to many people when the world shut down, when the pandemic. They were here for an extended period. They couldn't leave because the country was shut down, and then it caused them to overstay. If you've stayed over by a day or two, I would say if it's because of the weather, then I would print off information and keep it that the weather caused the flights to be canceled. But you're still going to have that question of why were you in America for 6 months? So if you came for 3 weeks and you're gonna spend 4, it's not a big deal. But if you were here and you're now buck up against the 6 months deadline and you can't leave because your flight was canceled on the 24th or the 25th, then you could have a further question of why you were here for so long.
Mm-hmm. And then there's the scenario now if let's see, for those people who will tell you that them family big and them have to go look for so and so here and so there, and
you've heard that one too. And that might be so, but it still comes to the question: how do you afford to not work for 6 months? That's the particularly because when you're going to apply for the visa, that's one of the questions and some of the evidence that you have to provide that you're gainfully employed. Now, mark you, the Jamaican culture is different than the American culture. So, for example, in America, everybody pays rent, mortgage, you have light bill, water bill, car payment. In Jamaica, people live without having those monthly expenses. So it's not inconceivable that a person has no expense and they could come to America and spend a month with Auntie Joan and then move over to Cousin Faye and go and not have any obligations that they're leaving unfulfilled in Jamaica. That's not inconceivable, knowing our culture. But the question still comes back to the officer who is going to see you on that return trip. How is it that you were in America for 6 months and you didn't work? Because the American society is not structured that way. So they don't understand that concept that yes, you may have family all over and they're glad to see you and they're welcome. They're happy for you to come and you don't have to worry about anything. As a matter of fact, they're going to give you money. They're going to put money in your hand and say you want to go to the store. Here's the money, go buy something for yourself. So you have to be very careful. And I always come back to what did you
Sorry, go ahead.
to do this? Yes,
Right.
yes.
All right. And the other thing now is sometimes parents are so busy, but the children are supposed to maybe come and look for grandma, auntie, whoever in Jamaica, and they have to travel alone. Can you remind us of some of the things we need to be mindful of where we have to send our children unaccompanied? I think that would be the term, as in not accompanied by their
Yes,
parents.
by their parents. So good question again. And I want to add grandma and grandpa because sometimes we see, I sit on the plane and
Hello? Lost you for a moment there, Miss Delia.
yes, I'm back.
Yes.
So I'm saying that we all um the elderly who we are sending on a trip to come up to be with their nieces and grandniece and all of that, or grandchildren. You have to ensure that you equip these people, the children certainly has to be handed over to the airline, so they take charge of them, and warn the children not to go off on their own. They are to wait until they're escorted by the airline official. And for the elderly, particularly those who need a wheelchair to assist them in their movements, make sure that they have the information of where they're going written out clearly so that anyone who wants to help them can. Back in the day when you used to have to fill out the forms, they don't have a pen, they're not sure where they're going, who is going to meet them, that sort of thing. Please make sure that you send grandma or grandaunt with a paper telling exactly who she's going to or he's going to, and the name, address, and phone number, and contact information for people in where they're leaving from. So if they're leaving from the States, make sure you have contact. They're leaving from Jamaica, make sure you have the contact both ways so that if anything happens, someone can assist them.
It's also that time of the year when we want to, especially for our family members who, for whatever reason, are unable to travel, we want them to feel that they're in Jamaica. So we want to fly up with the sorrel and the cake and all of anything at all that is going to contribute to the curation of a Jamaican Christmas.
Yes, indeed, indeed. Well, you want to declare all of your items to Customs and Border Protection. Don't try to sneak through, because if you sneak in and it's a forbidden item, you can be fined. So if you declare something and it's forbidden, they will just confiscate it. As opposed to if you come through and they find it without you declaring it, you're gonna be in a lot of trouble. But
One moment, Miss Delia.
you
Let's pick up that
also
point after
sure.
the break, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:46 on Power 106.
Importers. The Jamaica Customs Agency is making its contactless clearance process for non-commercial shipments available until January 6, 2023. This will enable you to clear your cargo without having to visit a warehouse to do a physical inspection. Here are your options. You may request contactless clearance through your freight forwarder. Your freight forwarder may offer contactless clearance to you. Your agent will indicate if you've been selected under the contactless clearance process. Importers, use contactless clearance and avoid the wait. For further details, email contactlessclearance@jca.gov.jm. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus.
Oh, the joy of Christmas is finally here. And with this, the management and staff of Wilfred's Wheel Alignment wish to thank all their valued customers, friends, and families for their profound love and support during the year. We hope this Christmas enriches your life and wish for you a new year prosperous and bright. Wilfred's, the leader in wheel service technology since 1972. 6 Atlanta
Fine,
Avenue,
how are you?
telephone 876-929-1321.
Just try to hold on, yeah?
Okay.
Sir, there is Lana. The script was approved, right?
Right.
To be read live, right? We're kindly asking you if you can just
Every
read
year,
it twice
every
for us.
Christmas,
Okay.
Maurice Foster
Right.
has hosted the number one
it's
Christmas
Edicom
show
Park.
on radio, Christmas with
Okay.
Foss. The
So that's
program will be
twice, yeah?
aired
All
once
right.
again on Christmas Day.
Thanks much.
You're
Sunday,
welcome.
December
I think I'm going to send you
from
Delia's
2:30
number
p.m.
because
to
truth be
5
told,
p.m. on Power 106
today
FM.
totally
Foss will play your
Okay.
favorite Christmas
So I'll send you the
songs,
number so you can
accept
closely
your greetings,
more
and do
collaborate with it,
giveaways
right?
All right,
on
no
his
problem.
Gladys Giving.
That's what, sir.
That's
Okay, cool.
Christmas with Foss. Brought to you by KFC. It's finger licking good. Alice Duaney, the electrical people. Jay and Bag will help you find a way. Chada Distributors Limited, the home of the Maxis Tire, your place to retire. Pioneer Manufacturing Limited, distributors of Corridor Bleach. Digicel, enough pickings with Digicel this Christmas. JPS, powering what matters. TM Traders Limited, Port of Call Duty Free. And Singer, everything sounds better with Singer.
So here I am, every year, every Christmas.
You're listening to Your Legal Corner, your source of information on all matters regarding U.S. immigration. You can call in with your and concerns on 876-922-41125. You can send a text or WhatsApp message to 876-279-8598. Now, back to your legal corner during both sides of the story on Power 106 FM.
Thanks for staying with us here on Your Legal Corner during both sides of the story on Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm, U.S. immigration attorney Delia Walker Huntington, still with us online. And remember, the lines are open to you if you have questions, if you have concerns, issues, something that you're not sure about, you need clarification. Here are the numbers once again: 876-922-4112-5. 876-922-4112-5. The text line is the same as the WhatsApp number for Your Legal Corner: 876-279-8598. 876-279-8598. And right, so Ms. Dahlia, you were responding to the question of those of us who are looking to take Jamaican food and drink and the whole works on their way up to the United States in celebration of Christmas. They want to take Christmas with them. Some might even consider bringing up a couple of maybe smaller cakes so that they can sell them, etc. Clearly, it's not not as it's not as easy as it sounds, right? Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you very much, listeners. Again, if you're just tuning in, sorry, go ahead. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. May not. Mhm. Yes. All right. So now, in terms of whenever you have these systems in the United States, for example, like the current storm system, uh, every every uh, every other issue then takes backseat, or do the discussions go on, especially on immigration matters? I'm wondering if they go, everybody goes on holiday at this time when it comes to the politics and the immigration and so on. Mm. Mhm. Yes. Mhm. And then now, is it does the country has a duty of care, or just in the name of humanity, to assist such individuals, or okay. Mhm. And what can you tell us, with respect to the general, the general approach that people should take whenever, if they're looking, for example, and I know, you mentioned, people must declare certain things. Uh, what about promotion? If people are doing any form of promotion, like promotional material, promoting certain items, etc., they would need some kind of special kind of permission in order to engage in that kind of exercise. Mhm. All right. Now, thank you, Miss Delia. This message, I'm not sure I'm understanding it, but I'll try. It says, "Good afternoon, Miss D. How long a work and a social security take? I pay, for mine 2 weeks, and I want to know how long for I to wait. Thanks. A happy holidays." Mm, mm, all right. And okay, well, in the meantime, what has, on a lighter note now, in terms of the season, have you done all you normally do at this time yet, or in the process of doing it? The baking, the drawing of the sorrel, and okay, you change the curtain, you put on your good sheet, your best sheet, the yes. Yes, yes. Yes. Mhm. Aye. Wow. Wonderful. No, it's so good. It's good to, yes, absolutely. Well, we want to thank you very much for uh, for the nostalgic moment that you just shared with us. In thank you. And again, I mean, you wished us all the best earlier on, and we want to once again reciprocate and wish you and yours, your family, and all the other Jamaicans in South Florida and across the very best for this Christmas season and beyond. You too. Take care. And that's it for this week's edition of Your Legal Corner with U.S. Immigration Attorney Delia Walker Huntington. The following is a public service announcement. Dear valued members, due to the sudden passing of their beloved Chief Executive Officer Elvis King, kindly be advised that all Educom Cooperative Credit Union branches will be closed today, Thursday, December 22, 2022 at 12 noon. They will resume regular opening hours on Friday, December 23, 2022. They apologize for any inconvenience this may cause. The preceding was a public service announcement. We're going to line up Ludlow and Company. Okay. That's what this segment coming on. Mhm. Lodlo? Que hora espagnol? Son las 4:05. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 4:05. 现在几点了4:05分. Well, that was 5 minutes past 4. It's now 6 minutes past 4 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Have you had a checkup lately? If not, now is a good time. Let's not wait till we get sick to get a checkup. How about that? Checking in with more on your program, both sides of the story. Poro 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. And joining us right now, our colleague here at Poro 106 FM, who is a very well-known and highly sought-after basketball coach, Ludlow Barker. Good afternoon. How are you? Thank you very much for gracing us this program with your presence. And also online, we have entrepreneur, builder, coach, and mentor. And can we tell you a little bit about him? He's a social entrepreneur and a basketball coach with a passion for empowering people through the game of basketball. He It could take a while if we were to tell you everything about him. So we'll pause there for a moment and welcome Mr. Wayne Dawkins. How are you, sir? Oh, yes. Thank you very much for joining us. It's right. How would you characterize the impact of the sport of basketball on your life? Can you spell out a little more for us then the extent of the work that you do in relation to basketball?
Structure curriculum on how to run a league, how to run a program, how to train. So we do that, and then that curriculum we make available for for schools, for coaches. We have an online certification platform that we use, as well as other platforms that we use that to share the knowledge and share our the stuff that we create. And then then just more hands-on, is I'm also very hands-on when it comes to the training and development of players, coaches, and the event organizational side of things.
Yes. And Ludlow Barker, can you tell us of the kind of association, partnership, collaboration that you have been doing or you're looking to do alongside Wayne Dawkins?
Yes, because Wayne and Phase One is the CBA, which Dervan has spoken to you about, my academy. We're looking to develop ground up And coming up is Winter Pro League that, of course, Wayne will speak about. That's a big part of the development. That's the way to actually bring some money and notoriety to the sport here in Jamaica, so people actually know that we can do good basketball. We can put high-level events, put high-level athletes, basketballers on the floor, playing several games here in Jamaica, and continue to highlight our local talent, which Wayne has made sure that the local talent has been showcased in all his events.
I see. Why have you chosen Jamaica, Wayne Dawkins, or is it Jamaica that chose you?
You know, I'd say Jamaica that chose me because, you know, I was born here, and you know, my whole family, my wife's background is Jamaican, and you know, everything about Jamaica for me is something that I love, and you know, even being raised in Canada and in the U.S., you know, the Jamaican roots are, you never far from them, and you always migrate to it wherever you go. So in one sense, Jamaica chose me because I've always dreamed that one day I'd be able to come back and have an impact in Jamaica in some way. As far as professional basketball being here, you know, some of my backers and my investors, unfortunately, they didn't want me to come here. They wanted me to go to Turks. They wanted me to go to Cayman, Bahamas. They wanted me to go a place where there was either they felt there's more finances, that I would get more support. But you know, I insisted on coming to Jamaica, and not just out of just because I was born here, but also because I understand the talent pool. You know, you want to go where there's an abundance of talent, and Jamaica is just rich in athletic talent. And, you know, like what we may lack in infrastructure and lack in some other areas, I believe that once we begin to develop the talent here, those resources will begin to flow and, you know, flow in to be able to, you know, change that.
Mm-hmm. And can you give us an idea then of what to expect? Those listening to us, especially those who are fans of basketball.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know, that's the fun part. You know, for anybody listening that wants to check it out, it's the Elite One Caribbean Basketball League. It starts January 7th. You know, we got 16 games. We got 28, about 25, overseas players from the U.S. and Canada that will be joining another group of about 28 local players that have been training and are prepared to show what they got to the world. You know, they'll be put onto 4 teams. The foreigners and the locals will be mixed together into 4 teams, and they'll compete over the month. It will be televised. It will be streamed, and and the local community that loves basketball is already aware of it, and they're very excited. And even the international audience is very, very excited. Based off our summer league that we did. So it's going to be a really good time in Jamaica right now. As far as an indoor sporting property, I'm not sure what other indoor sporting properties there are, but we certainly want to be the number one indoor sporting property in Jamaica. In terms of entertainment, experience, and everything, and we've been off to a very good start.
Is there a website or a page that people can go to to follow?
They can. Yes, they can go to on the website. It'd be www.e as in elephant, the number 1, C is in Caribbean, B is in basketball, L is in league. So www.e1cbl.com, and as well the exact same on social media as well too. If you're on Facebook or on Instagram, and you'll see our schedule, and we'll be posting the rosters very soon. But any information that they could possibly want is there. We have some VIP packages. We're expecting a number of overseas guests in January. And so between local and overseas, people that want a VIP experience, we have that for them as well too. So you can find out more information on the website about that.
All right, hold it right there one moment. Let's take a break and come back and get ready to wrap our conversation, listeners, with our very special guests at this time, our very own Ludlow Barker, basketball coach, one of the winningest basketball coaches in Jamaica, if not the winningest. And of course, we're delighted to have joining us as well, entrepreneur, builder, coach, and mentor, who's quite a magnet himself, Wayne Dawkins. One moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
16 minutes past 4 o'clock on Power 106. ¿Qué hora es en español? Son las 4:16. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 4:16. 现在几点了？4点16分. 16 minutes past 4 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Have you done your homework yet? All right, young people. We know you're on Christmas holidays, so all right, you can take a break. You can take a break. But remember, even when school is out, homework is always in, because homework is about preparation, and proper preparation prevents poor performance. Right, Coach Ludlow Barker?
Definitely. I said I need to write that down, and then I'm going to put it on the timetable for my players. We normally put up different things for them to do, but this is one thing I want to put up. I love when you say it, because preparation is so important.
Yes.
If you're going to be a good athlete on a whole, I think that's a basketball and a good person.
Absolutely. So you're on the ground right here in Jamaica. What's the nature and extent of your involvement, and how are the preparations coming along?
Well, I am so privileged that Wayne saw me as one of the prospects to be one of the coaches of his team. So to really be a part of the Pro League, which I casually watched, not casually just because, our time and everything don't allow us to be right sometimes, Dervan, because of the nature of the job.
Yes.
But I made sure and attended a couple of the games at the stadium with a lot of interest in what he was doing. And then I realized how much he has sacrificed and how much he believes in what Jamaica is and capable of doing. And as we continue to look forward to the Winter Pro League, I think I'm trying to get as many persons involved. I want the business sector to jump on board in any way they can and be a part of it, because there are youths that are depending on our efforts to move ahead. They want this opportunity. I know what basketball has given to me, and I know the sacrifice that it takes to actually be in the sport, and whatever assistance can be given to our youth to further their skills, because we're natural runners, natural athletes, natural jumpers. But basketball now brings it all together for them, where they love to work hard and continue to make a name for themselves, make enough money to support their families, to continue to grow, and then help Jamaica on a whole, even in the tourism sector, because we always talk about sports tourism. Basketball can help big with that.
And Wayne Dawkins, what's your outlook for the Elite One Caribbean Basketball League?
Yeah, I mean, to reiterate what Coach had said, Coach Ludlow had said, the talent, we'll have great coaching. Obviously, Ludlow is an example of that. So we're going to have great coaching. Myself and the other agents and scouts that recruit the players and train the players. We're going to have incredible talent on the floor. We have a community that loves basketball and hasn't had this type of opportunity, to be this close to it. So really, for us right now, we know we have a great product. So it's going to be getting the business sector, the corporate sector, to come on in and see it and appreciate how they could attach their brands to it and grow with us. That right now is probably the piece that's missing. Is getting the business sector to really see how attaching to the trendiest sport in the world, can help elevate their brand.
Yes.
As well.
And I noticed there are a few brands on your flyer. Are those are officially on board?
Yeah, and those are the immediate ones. But for something like this to be a reality, what it should become. Right now we're at 1 month lead. We want to get this up to at least 8 to 12 weeks, or as much as 16 weeks by the fall. So we're going to need a lot more partners in that than what we have there.
Sounds like you're looking to really and truly grow the sport in Jamaica.
Absolutely. I mean,
And the region
across the Caribbean, but we want Jamaica to be that hub. We want Jamaica to be the hub for it.
How are we looking? How are we doing? Are we demonstrating in any significant way that we're up for it, that we're ready, that we want this?
Yeah, I mean, from a talent perspective, at the ground level, and Coach Ludlow could speak to it. Coach Barker could speak to it. I mean, a little bit more than me, because he's obviously seen it. The growth over a longer period of time. But even in the short time that we've begun this journey, within the past year, we've seen the level of interest, the level of talent, the level of dedication. Everything has grown significantly. And then with Jamaica, the natural raw talent here just makes it so that there's no better place to begin than in the Caribbean than here. And when you look at it from just a DNA perspective, and NBA royalty is just filled with Jamaican DNA. I got Jamal Murray, his dad's Jamaican. That's with the Denver Nuggets. R.J. Barrett, both parents are Jamaican. Tristan Thompson, both parents is Jamaican. We know of Patrick Ewing and all those others, but trust me that it's an endless list of guys who has Jamaican heritage. So we know we're in the right place. It's just getting that business sector involved now.
And so, Ludlow, how do you, based on what you know at this stage, what is your outlook?
Well, my outlook is to continue to have these players stay hungry, stay ready, because since we're aiming for bigger and better things, they now need to understand how they need to continue to prepare, how always take care of their bodies, always be ready to work on their talent as individuals and continue to build their platform, because the resume, what we used to ignore is the fact that players can build their own resume by making sure that they collect their videos, they videotape the sessions, they put them together. Right now, with technology, you just put those together and you can send that out to a coach and definitely get interested by what he sees. And it's important for them to understand that what Wayne and all of us are trying to do is to actually help them to be better players, better persons, and understand the sport at a much broader level and continue to grow.
Yeah. Well, we want to congratulate you both on the work thus far, and your energy is infectious. We're feeling the vibe and the sense that, as my late mother would say, "I know something not go, and something not come." Yeah, something is coming, and it's going to be something big. And
you know what? If you don't mind, I may owe you some royalties, because you may just see that quote all over the place.
That's fine. It's a Jamaican quote.
Okay, good. Just making sure.
By all means, I'll gladly give it up. That's fine. Look, we could go on all afternoon, but we have to wrap. So let's get a sense now of what to look out for, what to listen out for, and what's the next move from here. I know the league starts on the 7th of January, correct? gentlemen.
Yes.
Go ahead.
That's right.
6 p.m. 6 p.m. Inside National Arena. We have 2 games a night, so 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. Every Saturday, Wednesday, for the whole month, with the exception of the last week, because the championship we play the Friday and the Sunday.
Yeah.
But same times always.
Yeah, and I hear you mentioned TV coverage. Was it you or Ludlow who mentioned TV coverage as well?
Well, last year we had Flow broadcast live as well as on the sports app and tape delayed, and now we're just wrapping up something with Rush TV.
Okay.
That we're looking to finalize. Hopefully that will that will still come through. But,
Yes. But even without that, sorry, let me help you there, because even without that, the impact can be tremendous just by bringing people out, these young people from communities, coming out, on the days when the games are on, etc., and just getting that adrenaline rush and giving it their best. They with or without TV coverage, it's a winner. It's a clear winner.
Yeah, and I appreciate you sharing that, because again, there's still a little bit of a short-sightedness when it comes to this. So, we're still trying to firm up some of those partnerships.
Yes.
But like you said, regardless, when you see the children, when you see the youth come out, then it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing.
Absolutely. We're looking forward. Well, a platform to get the word out there and keep it out there so that we can encourage and entice our young people to, especially those who are lovers of the sport of basketball, and just those who love to demonstrate how talented and how skillful they are in whatever field. Well, we're looking forward to the Elite One Caribbean Basketball League. Listeners, let's remind them of that website, Wayne. It's e1cbl.com. That's the number 1, cbl.com, correct?
Yes, correct.
All right, wonderful. Well, thank you both. Ludlow, thank you as well, and for taking time out of the work while the rest of us here are working. You are busy doing an interview, but that's all right.
Actually, you can excuse me.
Anyway, it's a pleasure. Yes, man.
Very much for this platform and this opportunity.
Anytime we'll be here to, if we have to, to maybe do interviews as the league gets on, as it gets hotter and hotter, because it will get hot. So we're looking forward to that. Thank you very much.
All right, take care, everyone.
Okay, both of you too. Take care. All the best for the season and beyond. Wayne Dawkins, entrepreneur, builder, coach, and mentor, a Jamaican, of course, and he is playing his part in the development of our people, not just here in Jamaica, but across the region. But of course, Jamaica is the hub of so many things, not least of all the Elite One Caribbean Basketball League. And thanks to Ludlow Barker for the tireless work he continues to do for the sport of basketball in Jamaica and the region. Let's take a break and come back after the break. That long-awaited submission that was made by one of our listeners who's 88 years old in terms of national security and safety in Jamaica. More in a moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:30.
Monkeypox is in Jamaica. If you are experiencing fever, intense headache, muscle aches, or rash on the skin, you must isolate immediately and call ahead to your health before visiting. All members of the public should wear a mask, frequently wash hands, and physical distancing. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
The following is a public service announcement. Dear valued members, due to the sudden passing of their beloved Chief Executive Officer Elvis King, kindly be advised that all Educom Cooperative Credit Union branches will be closed today, Thursday, December 22, 2022 at 12 noon. They will resume regular opening hours Friday, December 23, 2022. They apologize for any inconvenience this may cause. The proceeding was a public service announcement from Educom.
The management and the staff of the Jamaica Customs Agency extend a sincere thanks and appreciation to you, our valued stakeholders, for your support throughout 2022. We wish for you and your family a blessed, peaceful, and enjoyable Christmas and a prosperous new year. Driven by your mandates, guided by your core values, and girded by your motto, country above self, we look forward to serving you even better in the year ahead. Happy holidays from Jamaica Customs.
¿Qué hora es en español? Son las 5 menos 29. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 5 heures moins 29. 现在地点了5点加29分. 29 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Do you know where your children are? Are they where they're supposed to be? Doing what they're supposed to be doing? It's a good time to check up on the children. A good time for us to continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. We thank Marie B. for arranging this segment for us, which will take us to the end of today's edition of Both Sides of the Story. The author of the submission we're going to be sharing is Eric Bell, who has served many decades in the Ministry of Agriculture and resides in St. Anne. He's all of 88 now and counting. And through Marie Bell, his daughter, we have received his submission, Crime in Jamaica, an inceptive model to crime reduction. What a child does not receive, he can seldom later give. Quotation there from P.D. James. The complex, so what we're sharing now, listeners, this is a submission on crime reduction, an inceptive model to crime reduction. And once again, as we said, is courtesy of Eric Bell, who has served many decades in the Ministry of Agriculture and resides in St. Anne. The complex nature of crime in Jamaica exists on a spectrum encompassing wanton indiscipline, antisocial behavior, domestic violence, disregard for road safety, violence in dispute resolution, murder, and corruption. This multifaceted problem of crime demands a multifaceted three-pronged approach in its effective, impactful, and sustainable address. Prevention, control, and reduction of crime is one such strategic three-pronged approach that should be considered. Many measures have been introduced and implemented under the umbrellas of prevention and control, and some have been proven to overlap in their purpose. The security forces' adaptation of these must be duly recognized, along with the objective acknowledgement that much more can and needs to be done in terms of training, resources, legitimacy policing, focused deterrence, and effective judicial outcomes. While acknowledging that prevention results in reduction of crime, the writer posits the importance of a dedicated holistic reduction strategy in the country's approach to law and order. This freshly gleaned approach calls for an intuitive understanding that progressively, over the last 50 years or so, the standard of lives has improved, whereas the quality of lives has suffered a decrease, ironically, due to these very improvements. Admittedly, the improvement standards of our access to informational technology and amenities, along with the traditional structure of the home and the opportunities which attract and demand that parents and custodians spend more time absent from family settings, have all played a dual and oftentimes conflicting part in this standard quality of life imbalance. The direct impact of this imbalance is on the rearing of the child and the weakening of the home as the primary institution in which time and effort are dedicated and cultivated in child rearing. The aim of this crime reduction approach, therefore, is to formulate and implement a parental training program beginning at conception and ideally involving both parents, aimed at developing the health and character of a productive, disciplined, and stable child for their entry and acclimation into the social and educational institutions of the society. This inceptive, proactive approach would undoubtedly negate the dependency on the reactive corrective need to address the reform of unattached youths, a dependency which does not guarantee a success rate to include the youth who fall through the cracks to become crime producers. Extensive research has been conducted in the field of human development on the impact of effective parenting on the unborn child. The overwhelming results of these studies support the improvement of birth outcomes and the long-term development of children into well-rounded individuals. Sound values, attitudes, character, and temperament were observed to have been passed on intrinsically to the unborn children. An added benefit of early parental interventions would undoubtedly result in a better supportive structure for parents within the home, thus reducing the levels of conflicts which often principates domestic violence and instability in the lives of domiciled children. Seeing the home as more than a structure, but rather as an institution which provides both physiological and social nexuses to this approach to crime reduction will justify its implementation being tied to and collaborated with the existing Jamaica housing program, both economically in terms of funding and purposefully in terms of appropriateness for the program head under which it would fall. The program head under which it would fall. This targeted approach aimed at the most vulnerable among us stands alone in its long-term effectiveness and in its high return on investing in our Jamaican society through human capital. And all that we just presented, written by Eric, an illustrious Jamaican who has served in the Ministry of Agriculture and has since and resides in St. Anne. He's 88, and we're going to get him on the line in just a moment. I think we have another number for him, which is the desirable number for us to reach him on here on both sides of the story. Hope you've been listening, listeners, and we want to hear what you think as well as the program progresses. But the idea is to learn from each other, to share, to exchange ideas, and ultimately to come up with the kind of solutions which will, I started a message to Marie B. Sorry, I did start writing a message to you, and totally didn't finish to then forward it to you. Sorry about that, but we're going to send it on. Let's just make sure we can get Mr. Bell on the line right now. So that's Eric Bell, who will be joining us in just a moment. He's the one who made the submission, which we read a short while ago. And let's see if we can get him on the line right now. But you have heard his submission. What do you think? What do you think? You've heard the ideas. Crime in Jamaica. The heading is Crime in Jamaica, an inceptive model to crime reduction. And there's the quotation, the supporting quotation: what a child does not receive, he can seldom later give. Quotation by P.D. James. And it's a recognition of the various moving parts, but the one that should be the constant must involve the human capital, the child, the children, and setting them on the right path with a view to extending the breadth and depth of their socialization, which will inure to their effective socialization, which will inure to the benefit of not just the immediate families from which they come, but the communities, and ultimately the nation. So let's say hello and welcome to the illustrious Mr. Eric Bell. How are you, sir?
I am fine. Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much for agreeing to join us. And we hope we did justice to your, can I call it a dissertation?
Certainly.
Yes. Right. What prompted you to write and to put pen to paper on this subject?
Well, crime is our number one problem, not only Jamaica, but even on our shores. And I believe it's all of us should be involved in solving addressing the problem of crime. As your predecessor said, that Jamaica is an all of us. And that was Tony Lane.
Yes.
Jamaica belongs to all of us. And we can mass it up.
Yes. Well, we can't. We when he used to say we left it up.
We can't let it up.
Yes.
Exactly so.
Yes. Right. So now who should lead? Where do we start? Because whenever we talk about reducing crime in this country and most countries in the world, the question is usually, well, people usually say, well, it is multifaceted, and we have to try and synergize the moving parts, so to speak. But we have to start somewhere. How do we get an idea such as this to take off, and not just for a moment, but to be sustained?
But firstly, I must say thanks to the security forces for the hard work they have been doing over many years. It must give some credit to the fact that they have managed to.
Hold a moment. We'll give you a little time to gather your thoughts a little more while we take a break. One moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
15 minutes to 5 o'clock.
Lord Keisha, you hear about the little girl who get shot in the community last week?
What do you mean?
I mean, you see things are going to get crazy, I know, because them boy they smoking so there.
If me could have said something without bad man hear about my name, I would have talked with me know a long time, you know. Because for them foolishness always come back for hurt the innocent people in the community.
But you know, say, them have one program where you can actually give information to the police secretly, you know. Customs join up with Crime Stop and start one campaign named Tell Us. So people can give tips and nobody nothing will say them. Them all give out money if the reward lead to an arrest or them can find the gun them.
Boy, honestly, me kind of afraid, you know. But things can't continue, so me ready to tell them when you know.
You're right. We have to put a stop to it.
The Jamaica Customs Agency wants you to tell us what you know. Call Crime Stop at 311 to share information about illegal guns and other contraband coming through our borders. The Jamaica Customs Agency, country above self.
Que ora es en espagnol, son las 5 menos 13, que la retire en français, les 5 heures moins 13. Tien sai, TDN le ou dien cha shi san fen. 13 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Good afternoon to all working Jamaicans tuned into both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. It's a good time for us to ask ourselves, how productive have we been today? How productive have we been today? Let's continue with more right here on your program. So we read for you a short while ago a piece entitled Crime in Jamaica, an inceptive model to crime reduction. And it's by the illustrious Eric Bell. He's the author who has served and continues to serve even at 88 and counting. He's retired and is in St. Anne. And we want to encourage people to put their thoughts in writing, their ideas in writing, as we all search ourselves, search our souls, and come up with the sustainable solutions necessary for our survival. More than that, not just for us to survive, but for us to thrive. So, Mr. Bell, in terms of the manifestation of this plan of action of yours, it's going to require leadership, isn't it? And in that regard, how do we approach the effort of leading the way, and outside of leading the way, putting into practice those elements that are going to ensure that we start off on the right footing? I'm just saying, where do we start? How do we start? And having started, how do we sustain it?
Well, crime should be approached from three different angles. Prevention, control, but more importantly, reduction.
Yes.
And while the security forces have been working hard over the many years, the programs in particular cannot reduce time. To reduce time, we have to stop the creation of potential crime producers.
Oh, you have to shut down that factory.
The factory has to be closed.
Yes, yes.
And the way to go is to begin. We have to look at what conditions of life in the early years. Over the past 50 or 60 years, our standard of life has improved by many ways, but our quality of life has reduced. Now,
so we have to repair that, like the social fabric.
The social fabric. But the home, previously, the function of the home, children were all the function of the home, supporting the home. It was custom for children to support the home economically. As our standard of life improves, the homes are no longer structured for parents past on. What is God has moved to our children. So over time, we have lost what we could reference to as parents.
How do we resurrect what we have lost in that department?
Well, the homes are no longer structured for
socialization.
Yes. So, if everyone must be involved in the reduction of crime or in solving the crime problem, then a program should be put in place by government to address the reign of our children. This program could be attached to the NHP program as we have it now. While the NHP program is the
housing,
the structure. A program to be put in place to train our
encouraging family values and that kind of thing.
Exactly so.
Yeah. But again, the leadership is key. Do we look to, for example, the office of the Governor General? Do we look to the office of the Prime Minister? Do we who
this program to be tailored to train parents how to teach parents how to train children from conception.
So we take it for granted that because you bear a child that you automatically know about parenting.
No, parenting is so important a function to be left loosely.
So it means we'd have to have organizations like the National Parent, what's it called? The National Parenting Commission or something to that effect.
Well, it could be well tailored. It would have to be tailored to teach parents
how to raise children.
Not at birth, but from conception. If we wait until children until birth,
yes,
we would be already
would have missed out on the early part of their development.
We would be 208 child play.
Yeah. Understood. So I wonder if you are minded to send a copy of your submission to the office of the Prime Minister.
Well, my thought first to publish it, and then failing to do so, I thought contacted you.
Right.
Now, I believe you would be very full. Are you full in helping to sort of move extract this society?
Yeah, well, we're happy to play our part in insofar as that is possible by all means. But as I've said, the leadership is key, and we want to be very clear in our minds as to the approach that we're taking and the sustainability of the initiative itself.
You see, while this housing trust seeks the shelter of providing shelter for families. To make it more rounded, to get tended to deal with health and the corruption.
Absolutely. So whereas the HT itself would be engaged in the business of providing housing solutions, a physical structure, you concurrent with that, it would be a values and attitudes type initiative in making that house into a home.
Exactly so.
Yeah. Well, you're definitely onto something. I'm sure there are a lot of Jamaicans at home and abroad who would agree with you based on how you have outlined your thoughts on the subject. We're going to have to do a follow-up. I'm phone line hasn't been as consistent as it could have been, and therefore we're definitely going to have to come back to you and we continue this discussion. But we're almost at the end of today's program right now. We want to thank you, Mr. Eric Bell, for the work that you have done so far in service to this country, and your most recent, your live suggestion, so to speak, that you have put forward, which is quite timely when we are in this mode and mood of just trying to come up with ideas and solutions. We thank you for starting us off. You're the first one at this stage, and we're looking for greater things going forward. But let's continue the discussion. Marie B has my details and I have hers as well, and so we can communicate and see how far we go with this.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure.
All the best for the season.
Same to you and yours.
Thanks.
Take care. Bye-bye. And as we wrap and talking about family, Errol Curtis says, good afternoon, teacher. It is always a pleasure tuning in. Today, I'm sending anniversary greetings to my darling wife and me. Today, we celebrate 6 years of marriage. Greetings coming from me, Errol Curtis of Maryland, USA. Happy anniversary to you both, Errol and Mrs. Curtis. Season's greetings to you too, Joe Henry. Thanks, everybody. We're out of time. Take care. All things being well, we'll catch you tomorrow. Be safe.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
5 o'clock.
News, comprehensive, powerful, and credible. Power 106 FM now presents a simulcast of Radio Jamaica's News at 5.
Good afternoon, I am Dervan Gordon. Coming up in the news segment of Beyond the Headlines today, Thursday, December 22, 2022. Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson says he will be recommending that the government reimpose another round of states of emergency in parishes with high crime rates. Director of Public Prosecutions Paula Llewellyn says she will be applying to the executive branch of government to review the sentencing guidelines for people convicted of murder. Tourism Enhancement Fund responds to concerns about Dervan House beautification project. Jamaica Agricultural Society says it has been receiving complaints of a shortage of pig and chicken feed. In business news, shareholders of a local conglomerate, Jamaica Producers Group, agreed to the company's amalgamation with Pan Jam Investment Limited.
Bye. Bye.
It's the Radio Jamaica Major News Simulcasts, weekdays at 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 12 noon, and 5 p.m.